I'm going to jump in and keep going and work on some tabs. And so we have like an active tab state. We've got a condensed tab right now with like, I don't know, like an interesting, like, hey, there's 3 things happening within this tab. But this is a nice component section, so as long as you're building tabs, you can keep dragging them and have your sets to on and off. So what we'll do is make a line. I like to use a rectangle and not the line, so you have a little bit more play. I'm not sure why. I think it was Sean Moynihan who taught me that one. All right, so we're gonna go Bootcamp grade 4, and we're gonna give this space. So we're gonna treat this active tab like a button, but we're gonna do some different things with it. So we're gonna have the background, move it to the back, which is Option Command left bracket. So we'll go to 44, have it a little bit taller, and we're gonna fill it with white and have this stroke to be the same color. So it'll match. I think that's not the same color. 4 and 3. Okay. So we've got our active tab here, and we're gonna go all the way across up into the sidebar area. Okay. I just duplicated that by holding Option. Okay, so now you have your active tab. Now, if you know your background's going to be white, you can do just kind of a quick like hit on top of this to cover what's there. And then you have that active, especially if you're doing like a style towel or something that you're doing it really fast. That's a nice quick way to do it. So let's say we're going to have this as like a offshoot on the tab to show how many things are happening. So that will be kind of fun. All right. So now that we've got our basic structure, we want to center the text and make sure that there's spacing. Sometimes I'll drop these in and say like I want a 24 pixel base. Then this is kind of a cheap, quick way to do that, and it helps just quickly get your spacing. Okay. Okay, now that we've got a tab working, this is our active state. I've duplicated it and have the master over here, so we can try and do some stretching and stuff like that to see if it's working, and it is. The reason why is this is grouped and it's set to right and top, so it'll always stay right and top. We want this to be 44 pixels, and it's not exactly, so I will make it 44 pixels, and we've set this to this active like kind of bar, basically saying, hey, this is the area that's active. I didn't want it to go all the way across. I wanted it to show that, hey, we're working on this content below, but we want that to be center and bottom, so it'll always stay in the center and it won't grow, and it will always be at the bottom. So now that we've got this, what we need to do is space it out. I'm just holding Option when I drag. So inactive. Okay, so say it's like inactive tab. It's a little bit longer. So we again either want two lines, and we're going to change this line height, and right now we can do that, and you can see it will work correctly with the other one. So it's 84%. But one thing we can do is just make it a little bit wider. So this should be 24 pixels, and 32 spaced. So what we do now is we can keep the numbers or float them, and take off the active, take off that, and take off that. So we have just a nice inactive tab here, and we'll duplicate it again and say, like, we'll just call this inactive, so it'll be a little bit smaller. And the way you know where your sizing is you go until it jumps to 2 lines. So now that's correct for your spacing. So let's jump into tables next.